Okay, merci Hélène. Good morning to everyone. Raseo, Sacha, Mark Arcamone, Bombardier, Imita. That's not Italian, that's great. This is myself, I'm the newly appointed President Commercial Aviation. So, avant tout, c'est un grand plaisir d'être ici avec vous, surtout dans la ville natale de Montréal. Je suis très content d'être parmi vous ce matin. It's great to put faces to the names of the bylines that I'm following in the last 4 months since I joined Bombardier. So I look forward to spending some time on one-on-one with some of you today later after my presentation. And particularly, I'm going to look out for a couple of you, because I've been doing a lot of reading on what you've been writing. Okay. Well, let's get started. Marie really did an excellent job providing a comprehensive view of our 20-year market forecast going forward. So let me kick off maybe with a snapshot of 2012 and where we stand today in commercial aircraft. So it's been an exciting 4 months for me and the whole team here at Commercial Aircraft. We started 2012 with a very strong interest in all our families of aircraft, and this interest and momentum continues to build. 6 firm deals this year so far, and our commercial aircraft products, and we have up to about 65 orders, 4 new operators, and these orders are from the growth markets that Marie referred to in the presentation earlier. So this is a testament to the value proposition and performance, economics, productivity, and reliability of the commercial aircraft. What you don't see here in this chart is the LOIs that were publicly announced for the CRJ 900 with China Express, a new region for us, and the Q400, which you read about with WestJet. But I can tell you that we're looking to finalize both of these, as well as the C-Series LOIs that were completed and announced last year with Atlas Jet and a new Russian lesser IFC. We remain very optimistic about the prospects going forward. And what I really would like to do now is go into a program-by-program review. So let's start with the CRJ Next Gen family of aircraft. Here, when you look at the CRJ 1000 Next Gen, it entered into service 18 months ago with very, very prestigious launch customers, Air Nostrum and Good Air. And it proved to be the most fuel efficient, greenest, and most advanced 100-seat regional jet the world had yet to see. And these are compelling economics, and this was the biggest reason why Garuda Indonesia took notice and decided to buy up to 24 CRJ 1000s Next Gen, which was announced earlier this year. So let's stand back now and let's look at qualifying these results with a dollar value. The flight manual comparisons conducted recently show that the CRJ 1000 is at least 60% more fuel efficient than its closest competitor. And for typical airlines, that translates into 15% cash operating cost advantage. These savings, if you calculate them and add them up, they're worth over $1 million per year per CRJ 1000 aircraft. And with a 99.5% dispatch reliability and close to 100% schedule completion, the CRJ 1000 next generation aircraft is gathering a lot of interest. All of our current production CRJ next gen models are really proven category leaders when it comes to low operating costs, while at the same time delivering the product, comfort, and reliability expected by the passengers. The next slide shows, and I want to really highlight here, that Garuda is joining a fleet that includes firm orders of 1,717 CRJ series aircraft, including a fleet that includes 663 of the larger CRJ 700, 900, and 1,000 aircraft. And this is a proven network builder which has been established and growth markets. And today the CRJ is helping airlines worldwide to expand regional operations. Over 60 CRJ operators are operating in over 50 countries. And now I have a little statistic for you. every 10 seconds, on average, somewhere in the world, there's a CRJ that takes off. And that's quite impressive. Over 1,000 CRJ series aircraft already operating in North America, and they provide really the backbone for the regional airline operations. And as stated before in the race presentation, we were watching very, very closely the ongoing developments of the U.S. market. And we're very confident that the CRJ and Next Generation series will be well positioned to meet the airline needs as the scope clauses ease and fleet renewals are planned. Meanwhile, the value proposition offered by the CRJ series is also being embraced in the growth markets such as Asia, Africa, and Russia. In fact, there are more now CRJ operators in Russia and the CIS than there are in the U.S. We're also pleased to see that the lessors and bank are taking interest in this aircraft. 3 leasing companies stepped up to provide leasing financing to the 10 CRJ-1000 next-gen aircraft acquired by Aeronautica last year. And later today, you'll get a tour of the CRJ production facility in Mirabel, where you're going to hear about the latest enhancement in product investments. If we go to the next slide, as you know, Bombardier is unique in being able to offer both jet and turboprop solutions to its regional airline customers. So let's turn our attention now to the Q400 next-gen aircraft. As you all know, last month, WestJet announced that it selected the Q400 next-gen aircraft for its newly announced regional aircraft operations. And believe me, this was one of my first campaigns. This was a hard-fought campaign, as WestJet ran a very thorough, very, very thorough RFP. And at the end, as noted by Greg Zareski, we were chosen based on the superior merit of the product. The Q400 aircraft is a fantastic short-haul aircraft that really delivers an unmatched combination of efficiency, speed, performance, payload, and passenger comfort, and has a small environmental footprint. Actually, it is a network streamer dream, a network planner's dream, offering flexibility that no other turboprop can offer currently. So when it comes to generating revenue, the Q400 offers more than 8 seats, a larger cargo compartment, and up to 30% more speed. And I gotta just pause here for a second. When we did the WestJet campaign, we actually filled and demonstrated how much cargo you can put in the rear compartment. And for a regional operator that operates that part of the world, Canada, with skis and tall bags and seasonal, it was amazing to see the difference with our aircraft and the closest competitor. But when fuel efficiency and low seat mile costs are paramount, then the Q400 can match the slower turboprops on the fuel per seat and delivers 8% lower cash cost per seat. Now let's go to slide 6. I'm very proud to say that we launched a world tour. And actually, today we'll be on the last leg of the world tour for the Q400 as we bring in Mirabel. It started in Western Canada a few weeks ago, and our Q400 Get More demonstrator has been touring the globe to demonstrate the value proposition of the Q400 to potential customers. And the demonstration of WestJet always paid off. And since then, the aircraft included stops in over 20 countries, in the North and South America, in Africa, in Russia, in CIS, and in the Far East. And actually, during the final stop in Moscow, as I was there, I was very, very pleased to receive great news that actually the Q400 aircraft was awarded type approval to operate in Russia and the CIS countries. With more than 428 orders and over 40 operators and interest in growth markets, the Q400 aircraft is attracting now attention from lessors. Recently, Lessor Nordic Aviation Capital completed a sale-leaseback structure for the first aircraft delivered to Eurolot, which was done earlier this month. The Eurolot order was significant because it really displaced our competition, the competing growth of turboprop, and now to be replaced exclusively by Q400. So very, very proud of this campaign and what we've achieved. The Q400 next gen, again, more world tours not over yet. So I would really welcome your feedback, as you will have a quick shot of the conveyor belt, as I just pointed out, and we'll show exactly what we demonstrated in terms of comfort and flexibility of this incredible aircraft for the customers that I mentioned in 20 countries, so you get to experience it. The next slide, and of course, we're bringing a conveyor belt to show you also an update on the C-Series program. Earlier today, you know, when people look and say, what are we going to talk about C-Series? Well, we're going to talk about it now. Because every day, there's progress. And currently, we're commissioning all the rigs for the Siesta and preparing for final assembly of the aircraft. When you land in Mirabel, you will get to see exactly what the program stands, and I can tell you, you will be impressed. Now, before we get into all the program details, let me start by answering a question, or maybe I think it'll be a question on everybody's mind here that you'll have for me. So I'll try and answer the question. Are you happy with the sales of the C-Series so far? Correct? And the answer is yes, absolutely. Okay? And this chart demonstrates, and I'll tell you why. We are exactly where we want to be with 11 customers, 317 orders. Strong worldwide customer interest from C-Series, and that's from Africa, Asia Pacific, Europe, Middle East, and the Americas. We have a variety of business models that cover, for example, network carriers, regional operators, lessors, and also low-cost carrier. The customers have validated the characteristics of the aircraft and have chosen the aircraft for a very wide variety of advantages. First, financial appeal. Second, the fuel burn leadership. Third, long-term investment, product flexibility, passenger comfort, and of course, very important, the environmental footprint. Now, since the program launched in 2008, Bombardier has captured 66% of the 100 to 149 seat market, with 138 C-Series for aircraft. The next slide will show you that with more than 30 focus groups and advisory councils, the voice of our customers has been leading our design. Our C-Series customers are very engaged as we prepare for entering service. They share their enthusiasm for this aircraft and all the benefits they're looking forward to. Earlier this month, we had Chad Ford, a pilot himself, walk Captain Peter Gold with Swiss Airlines through the technology advanced flight deck. And the results were quite inspiring. So please, let's look at the video together.
Captain, welcome to the C-Series. Thank you, Ted. This is just absolutely the state of the art in avionics.
My name is Peter Koch. I'm captain and project pilot on the Bombardier C-Series.
Is that cool?
Wow. Look at this!
Isn't that awesome? Can't wait to fly this airplane.
Oh, me neither.
I'm Chad Fuller. I'm the Senior Vice President of Commercial for Bombardier Commercial Aircraft.
Entering the flight deck and then sitting down, I really felt home, I felt comfortable. And to me, it was a sign that this cockpit was sort of designed, yes, with engineers, but finally it was designed by pilots, for pilots.
I've been on this airplane since it was a white piece of paper, and the reason why I'm on this is because I was a flight instructor for 26 years. It is for the pilot, it will be easy for them to use, easy for them to understand, and that they'll have fun flying it.
And the engine start is basically
Just
on.
that's it, huh?
That's it. That's it.
So what I like the most about the C-Series flight deck is clearness. The overview we have with this 5 large LCD screens, the future developments like synthetic vision system.
That means is that you actually get 3D terrain being shown on the display.
Also making a big difference are the dual head-up display systems.
No head down needed to look for the button. You can direct it. Exactly. Except
We have heads-up radio tuning. Why? Because radio tuning is what a pilot does all the time. If he's heads up, He's looking out the window. We do want them to look out the window.
You sit and you have very good information. The information is consistent. And just like this FMS, today's FMSs are kind of a pain to program.
Yes, they are.
Page.
By page, and you lose time.
So with our FMS, it is very easy to use, so therefore the pilot will understand it more readily, but he will use it to its maximum capability.
And so here you have departure, climb, cruise, descent, arrival.
You work your way through, fill it out,
And it's just by phase of flight. So you want to see something that affects arrival?
Part of the design of the fly-by-wire airplane, obviously, is we don't have a control yoke anymore. So because we don't have a control yoke, we have lots of room. What we have a need for a table.
Write reports.
There you go.
Wow.
So you can do all your FMS work or acknowledge your dispatch, etc.
So let me see. A decent table, a decent coffee mug holder.
There you go.
C-Series, obviously being a clean sheet design and not a stretch, not a shrink of existing platforms, it's a whole new design airplane. So this airplane is pushing the envelope as far as design. It will be the game changer for the next 20 years.
The major differences on the C-Series flight deck to other airplanes I have flown, yes, you do have a fly-by-wire system and a side stick, but you are kept as a human being in the center of all decisions. Meaning, as a pilot, you have the final control over the airplane.
So in order to reduce training, in order to get to a lower training footprint, you first have to make it intuitive. Then you have to make it logical.
Yeah.
Right?
Looking forward to fly the C-Series after years of development and discussions and forming and engineering. You want to see it, you want to feel it, you want to smell it, you want to touch it.
So you're flying along, and you're not touching anything because a good pilot would never touch the controls. And you get the message, and you read it, and it's a clearance, you accept, execute, and it's loaded, and the airplane moves. How cool is that?
So, isn't it a great video? I have an announcement to make. Even me, who is not a pilot, could fly that. We have a great product, unique market positioning, and great customer engagement. And now I'd like to share with you some of our progress and our drive towards entering service for the C-Series. Now, as noted by the leadership team, developing an all-new aircraft involves tackling challenges. And we have that, and we expected that. So let me walk you through 4 areas of focus leading up to the first flight. First, getting key structural components to support the assembly of our first test vehicle. Second, supplier testing in support of safety of flight. And we'll have a couple of our suppliers here today. They'll walk you through. 3, systems maturity and integrated in-house testing. Testing full integrated systems on aircraft 0 at our sister facility. And 4, lean manufacturer simulations to be ready for our first test vehicle, final assembly and production ramp-up, which you will have an opportunity to see when you go to Maryville. Now, let's go to the next slide. Let me show you some samples of some of the major components being assembled and commissioned. Major structures are now in advanced assembly, and they're exceeding our quality expectations. The first completed aircraft static test article, which is cast, is to be completed by the end of September. And of course, the first test vehicle is to be completed by December. So let's run through the aircraft from nose to tail. The flight deck. Several flight deck assemblies are already built in production at our Bombardier manufacturing center. The forward fuselage, and here you can see 4 aluminum lithium panels which will be joined together for the forward fuselage. Mid-fuselage, this is the mid-fuselage, and it's pretty impressive. If we go to the rear fuselage, and we'll show you 2 pictures. Here you can see a team in China handling the belly of the rear barrel. And the second picture, this is the profile view that we just showed you of the belly of the rear panel. Now let's look at the aft fuselage. Again, here are two pictures. The first picture shows you the aft fuselage and the bonding jig. Now the aft fuselage, being made on a composite, requires major building to bond the panels together. The second picture, this is the interior of the aft fuselage. Very impressive, is it? Now let's look at the empennage, which is really, here's what we want to show you, is a picture of the vertical stabilizer. Now we want to move to the wing. Three pictures that really give you a feel for the size of this composite component. First picture shows you the upper skin and the non-destructive testing. Second picture, the skin bolts cure in the holding fixture. And finally, the third picture shows you the front spar and leading edge of the wing. Next is doors. And here are the forward passenger door, forward service door, cargo door, and over-the-wing exits. Engine, and Bob will talk to you a little bit about the engine shortly. Pratt & Whitney has run over 1,400 hours of full engine testing on the PW1500G engine that will power the C-Series aircraft. And I think it's 1,400 plus, right, Bob?
Yes, about 1,500 total.
There we go. Okay. Now, next slide. When we talk about partnerships and working with our suppliers are making significant progress in the development of the C-Series aircraft, and they're demonstrating that they're meeting our requirements. More than 200 systems have been tested at these supplier sites. The majority of the supplier rigs were commissioned, no major issues found during testing. The data we see so far is confirming our key performance targets. And these are, as you can see, all the type of tests that are being conducted. And again, very proud of the accomplishment of the team and the results that we have received. Let's go to the next slide, which you will get to see today when you're on Mirabel. Okay, which is the Siesta, which mainly houses the integrated systems test and certification rig. There's 5 rigs at Siesta for development, integration, troubleshooting, and a very important certification process. Let me just pause here and tell you that Bombardier, one of the things that I found when I joined and looking at what the competitors did, is that Bombardier are doing things differently. Siesta allows us to do validation all in one place and also minimizes the impact of changes to the aircraft once it is flying. The Siesta will be fully functional even after entering service for at least another 10 years. Which will allow us to test aircraft before implementing any future changes in our production line. Next slide. I want to talk about a little bit about the manufacturing process validation. Here, lean manufacturing is well known in the automotive industry and has reshaped the whole industry, which is known now for its high productivity rate. The C-Series aircraft features the most technologically advanced systems, and we're using the latest tools to design, build, and integrate the aircraft. We do use computerized simulation to validate our manufacturing processes. And although these are fantastic tools, in the case of the C-Series, we're doing more to be ready for the future. To get ready for day one, at the first test vehicle assembly, we're using a production scale mock-up that allows our production startup team to do a dry run and validate. This simulation really allows us to eliminate all waste from our standard work, identify risks related to health and safety, minimize the impact of learning by reproducing in simple ways operations and workplace environment. And to really, for you to help appreciate the value of this tool, you'll get a chance to see it in Mirabel this afternoon and actually get a chance to talk to some of the operators. And the reason why I say that is you can see the operators using this tool. And these are the same operators who will be building the real parts of the aircraft. of the differences in Bombardier is we haven't done things in sequence. We're doing things in parallel. And that has been why, when I talked about the C-Series, about us being different, that's one of the key reasons. And you'll get to see it, you get to touch it, you get to ask questions. While we'll walk you through Mirabel, so that this is not just on paper. You'll actually get to see this wooden mock-up of a plane. And it's really a simulated work environment when you get all the components coming down our production assembly line. The next slide, just to conclude, because I know you have another question on your mind. Okay. Yes, the C-Series, the program is on track. I have reviewed the C-Series program for the past 4 months since I've arrived, and we're driving for the first flight in 2012. We're working towards entering service of our CS-100 aircraft by the end of 2013, and by 2014 for the CS-300 aircraft. Again, we emphasize we are doing things differently. We are unique, and we have put in place initiatives to help us get where we want to be. Last slide. Change is in the air for momentum. Our market positioning is differentiated and unique. Again, our customers are engaged. Our suppliers are with us every step of the way. And I'd like to quickly point out that we do have Bob from Pratt with you, and Alberto Costa from CAE. We're also on site, and we're coming to the presentations here today. And together, again, together, we are driving towards first flight at the end of the year. Thank you.